This is Austin Wilson with Hixon Zuercher Capital Management, here to provide you an educational economic update for the month of May 2020. You might be asking, wait, Austin typically has some pretty nice trim haircut going on. What's going on there? Well, you're right, I usually do. But with Ohio being on some form of stay-at-home order for the last couple months, my barber's been closed, hence the COVID-19 mop we got going on up here. So, today, recorded for everyone to hear around the world, I'm saying that until the S&P 500 reaches all-time highs that we saw earlier this year, I'm not going to get a haircut. Yep, you heard that right. So unless you all want me to go back to the mullet I had in kindergarten, it was real, there are pictures, I suggest we all go buy some stocks and bid this stock market up so that so I can get this. It's good. It's going to be okay. For reference, at the time of this recording, the S&P 500 is about 15% off of its all-time highs. It would take about an 18% rally from current prices to get there. So let's make this happen. But don't worry, my wife Jenna, lovely, she's beautiful, she's amazing. She supports this, and so don't fear for me. I'm not doing this on my own rogue. But back to what we're all here for. Today, I'm going to talk about some recent headlines that influenced the financial markets in April and some perspectives on how these developments are going to impact the months ahead. So, fueled by a flattening pandemic curve. Flattening is the key here. We really see that the U.S. in red has really flattened that curve over some time, and the rest of the world really is too. And we had positive results from a virus treatment that really allowed equity markets to kind of take a breather and do really well in the month of April. Now, that virus treatment was a drug called remdesivir by Gilead, and it had some very favorable numbers for us in the month of April. Continuing the theme on the curve flattening, we see here that U.S. COVID-19 cases, day over day, the change has gone down and to the right. Usually, I'm all about up and to the left, but we're seeing down and to the right, which is good. So cases are increasing at a decreasing rate. We see the same sort of theme when we look at deaths. Deaths are increasing at a decreasing rate. This has caused people to feel that hopefully the worst of the virus is behind us at this point and allowed equities to push higher. So what we see here is really that we've had a bumpy ride in 2020, but we highlighted right here the month of April. And the month of April was very strong. The Dow Jones Industrials, which dropped 14% in March, really clawed back and jumped 11% in the month of April. The S&P 500 rose nearly 13%, and the NASDAQ surged more than 15% in the month of April. So that slowdown that we just talked about in infections from the virus, combined with a more stable bond market, really helped support that rally. But momentum did stall a bit as oil prices dropped. Futures even turned negative briefly, which we highlighted in the red there. But the stock market gains accelerated as the month progressed, and more states really talked about getting back to work and reopening their economies. So in the coming weeks and months, as the national dialogue shifts towards restarting the economy, two key factors are going to help investors gauge kind of how fast the recovery is going to happen. The number one could be each state's actions. So the White House has rolled out a three-step plan toward a full reopening, but they really are leaving the ultimate decision-making to the governors of each state. The second factor could be public sentiment. How soon are people going to go back to work? How soon are they going to get back to going out to eat again and traveling again? How comfortable are people going to be kind of returning to normal in a way? And that is the wild card, and it really it stands to be known of how fast and how quickly people are going to get back to, quote unquote, a normal life of spending. So as the consumer generates 60 to 70% of the United States economy, that is a big piece that is kind of up in the air that we're really just going to have to wait and see how that happens. So once again, this is Austin Wilson with Hixon Zuercher Capital Management, signing off for the month of May 2020. Please remember, nothing we talk about is a recommendation, but if you want to discuss your personal financial situation, we're here to help. Give us a call at 419-425-2400. Stay safe, everyone. Remember, we're here for you. Thanks.